After the fake romance became real, he lost his beloved forever. He seemed to kiss me without any restraint, chasing after me and then gently wiping away a tiny trace of moisture from the corner of my mouth. I got into a car accident and ended up in the hospital, and suddenly I felt like teasing my boyfriend. "Who are you?" Seeing Lu Yu's expression freeze for a moment, I almost burst out laughing. Lu Yu suddenly pointed at his close friend, Kain Shin Yan Zhu, and said, "I'm your boyfriend's brother. His name is Kain Yan Zhu." My expression froze. Kain Yan Zhu stepped forward instead and said, "That's right, I'm your boyfriend." I forced a smile and said, "Then take me home." Kain Yan Zhu picked me up and took me home. He said I've been living here all along. I looked at this place, devoid of even the slightest trace of my life, and nodded, just as he had, feeling like a blind man myself. I slept for a while on his bed, then decided to go out and get a drink of water, but suddenly, I heard voices coming from the living room. "Yan Shu, do me a favor, play the role of your ex-in's boyfriend for a bit. Aren't you afraid she'll suddenly regain her memory? If I mess up and she gets upset, it'll just go all soft and sweet to win her back. She loves me so much there's no way she'd really be willing to leave me. It's just that from our campus days all the way to now, my partner and I have started feeling a bit tired of it all, so this is a perfect opportunity for us to take a breather and have some fun exploring the world outside. Looks like you really hooked up with that Chen Ying, just trying to take advantage of a situation and hang out with her. You just need to know. But I definitely love UXIN more. During this time, UXIN is by your side. Please don't touch her randomly. Still, among my brothers, I trust you the most. You seem to really dislike UXIN. I took a step backward with my bare feet, making noise as I approached the door, then turned around and walked back into the living room. Hearing the noise, Qin Yan Zhu quickly turned off his phone and got up to come over. "It's cool on the ground. Why not put on a pair of shoes?" Qin Yan Zhu hurried over, scooped me up sideways, and placed me on the sofa. "I'm thirsty. I can't seem to find a place to get a drink. I'll go pour one for you." Qin Yan Zhu walked over and poured me a glass of water. He sat beside me and watched as I drank some water. "Is there anywhere else that still feels uncomfortable?" "Shake my head." He raised his hand to smooth my slightly disheveled hair, then leaned and unkissed my forehead. I paused for a moment. Just now, I heard Lu Yu tell him not to touch my stuff randomly. I also think that Kain Yan Zhu hates me. However, when he kissed my mouth, I turned away. He gently stroked my face, saying, "You don't remember. Let's take our time. You'll get to know me more slowly." Kain Yan Zhu, it seems, is also deceiving his own brother. When Qin Yan Zhu took me to the private room, it was already quite lively inside. As soon as they saw me arrive, the group of young gentlemen from Beijing's social circle fell into a tacit silence, all turning their gazes toward Lu Yu. "Ha, UXIN is here. Do you still remember me?" "I'm Chen Yuying, the roommate you had in college." Chen Yuying greeted, sitting beside Lu Yu. Kain Yan Zhu lead me over and helped me sit down. I looked at her and shook my head, saying, "I'm sorry. It's okay. Let's just get to know each other again." Chen Yuying said this as she linked her arm through Lu Yu's, leaning affectionately against his shoulder. The former college roommate, who later became a friend, seemed to revel in his triumph, as if staking a claim whenever he thought he'd lost my memory. Lu Yu also felt a peculiar thrill being able to be intimate with another woman right in front of me. Yeah. Both of your best friends or boyfriends were all part of this circle. How great is that? Often we can just hang out together whether or not I've lost my memory. Doesn't really matter anymore. The other brothers and friends all said these words knowingly, as if they were taking a malicious pleasure in publicly exposing someone who was oblivious to the situation. Everyone continued playing the game. Lu Yu and Chen Yuying were eating the same cookie, and the closer they got to each other as they ate, the closer their lips came together. Kiss her, kiss her. The cheers from everyone. Lu Yu then leaned in and shared a deep kiss with Chen Yuying in such an atmosphere. Then, Chen Yuying shyly leaned against Lu Yu's chest and secretly shot me a smug glance. Lu Yu too wrapped his arms around Chen Yuying with satisfaction. Then, I lost the game and had to face a punishment. I had to pick someone to kiss for 30 seconds. Everyone fell silent and looked at me. I'm curious to see who will pick. Aren't you? Could it still be an instinctive tap on Lu Yu after all? Lu Yu seemed somewhat nervous and avoided making eye contact. It seems they don't want me to have an instinctive reaction so soon. Qin Yanshu, who's around me, also looked tense. I said with a smile. Of course, Sid ordered my boyfriend. As I spoke, I turned my head to look at Qin Yanshu. So shall we get started? I clearly sensed that Qin Yanshu seemed to have relaxed his guard. He stared at me steadily and leaned closer. I reached out and wrapped my arms around the back of his neck, then kissed him. Another round of wow sounds. These people may have seen Lu Yu hug other women and kiss other women, but they certainly never expected that I'd ever do something like this to another man. So a particularly novel wow came out. Yet suddenly it seemed to have vanished without a trace. Qin Yanshu seemed to be kissing rather boldly, chasing after her relentlessly. 30 seconds later, I stepped back and there I saw Lu Yu with a dark, grim expression. That's precisely why everyone else had suddenly fallen silent. How absurd. Qin Yanshu gently wiped away a tiny trace of moisture from the corner of my mouth. After that night, Lu Yu's gaze toward me became increasingly unsettling. He started appearing frequently in front of both Qin Yanshu and me, finding all sorts of excuses to strike up conversations and even trying to ask me out alone, saying he wanted to help me recall the past. Every time I smile and politely refuse in front of Qin Yanshu, my boyfriend is already here with no need to trouble you. Each time Qin Yanshu would quietly shield me behind him, his gaze fixed on Lu Yu as cold as ice. I know that Lu Yu's jealousy has been completely ignited. He'd grown accustomed to me always revolving around him, accustomed to my unconditional love for him. Now, there's no longer any trace of him in my eyes. Instead, I've become utterly devoted to his brother. This stark contrast has driven him completely mad. He started confronting Qin Yanshu, issuing a harsh ultimatum: give Xin back to me. Qin Yanshu simply replied coolly, Xin is my girlfriend now. If you pushed her onto me in the first place, you should have expected today. I hid outside the door, listening quietly, with not a single ripple in my heart. The moment Liu abandoned me like a burden to Qin Yanshu, just so he could hang out with Chen Yuying, he should have realized that the person he pushed away with his own hands would never come back. Qin Yanshu is getting nicer and nicer to me. He'll remember all my little preferences, like when I casually mention wanting to eat candied chestnuts from the south side of town. He'll drive for half an hour just to pick them up for me. When I can't sleep late at night, he'll quietly stay by my side, telling me stories about his own childhood. And if Lu Yu and Chen Yuying deliberately show off their affection in front of me, he'll be the first to cover my eyes and lead me away from the scene. I gradually realized that this man, whom Lu Yu had always said hated me, had actually placed me at the very top of his heart a long time ago. He'll quietly clean up the mess whenever Lu Yu and I have a fight. He'll stay by my bedside all night when I'm sick, refusing to sleep a wink, and when Lu Yu goes on a date with Chen Yuying, he'll secretly follow me, just in case I end up feeling hurt or wronged. It was just that he'd been too patient and to self-restrained. Only when Lu Yu personally brought me right before him did he finally dare to lay this love bare in the sunlight. I've also started to reciprocate his love. I'll knit him a scarf. I'll bring him water when he's playing ball, and in front of his friends, I'll introduce him confidently, unnaturally. This is my boyfriend, Qin Yanshu. Each time, Qin Yanshu's ears would turn slightly red, and his gaze toward me was so tender it seemed as if it could drip with water. Lu could no longer sit still at all. He seized an opportunity to corner me in a quiet spot on campus, his eyes red with tears as he begged me Xin. I was wrong. I shouldn't have been with Chen Yuying, and I shouldn't have lied to you. Please come back to me. I really love you. Looking at his disheveled appearance, I couldn't help but feel utterly ironic. Liu, You've never loved me. What you've really loved all along is my unwavering devotion to you, the feeling of having me revolve entirely around you. When you got tired of it, you just dumped me on your brother. Now that you see him doing fine, you suddenly want to snatch me back. What do you even think I am? I didn't. Lu roared. I really do love you. I was just momentarily confused. Just a moment of confusion. I laughed. When you were with Chen Yuying, why didn't you ever think of me? And when you asked Tan Yanju to play my boyfriend for you, why didn't you think of me then? Lu Yu were long over. Finished the moment you grew tired of me. I turned to leave, but Lu Yu suddenly grabbed my wrist with such force that it almost crushed my bones. Yang Zhen, you can't leave. You're mine. Just then, Qin Yan Shu charged forward and punched Lu Yu squarely in the face. Let her go. Two men were grappling with each other, and I stood aside, watching them coldly. Finally, Qin Yan Shu pinned Lu Yu to the ground and said, panting, Lu Yu, UXIN is my girlfriend. If you dare touch her again, it'll cripple you. He turned around and walked over to me, gently massaging my wrist with utmost care. His voice was so tender it almost seemed unreal. Yushi, it's okay now. It'll take you home. I looked at the wound on his face and gently touched it with concern, asking, does it hurt? He shook his head and smiled. It doesn't hurt just as long as you're okay. Lu Yu has completely lost it. He started spreading rumors about me everywhere, claiming that after losing my memory, I became fickle and flirtatious, seducing my own brother and betraying him. Chen Yuying joined in, adding fuel to the fire and portraying herself as the victim, accusing me of stealing her happiness.